You might want to take a chance with that guy. That's our theme song. We are live.
Live entertainment.
Mhm. Good morning and welcome to My Help, My Mississippi. We are here on WMPR 90.1. You are now listening to the number one show on the radio. We're providing you with some helpful information that you can take on the run that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. And I have some people here today with me that's going to help us to do that. So let's give a shout out to WMPR 90.1 for giving us this platform because we are three people who have decided, you know what? We're good, but we want to help other people be good. And there are things that are happening in all of our lives, and we have come together to do some mighty things. So get your pen, get your papers ready. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook Live. But look, guys, we are about to give you some information that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. I have to my right um, Felicia Cameron. She's going to tell you about herself. And I have to my left the Mr. Dexter Mayberry. Dexter and I have done some work together in the past, and Dexter and I have had his brother and I, we grew up together. Dexter is a young whippersnapper. So, so he was smaller, but listen, these guys are doing some amazing things. So I'm going to let Dexter introduce himself and tell us what he has going on, and then we're going to let Felicia. Well, I tell you what, yeah, just introduce yourselves first, and then we'll come back and talk about who we are, and what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, go ahead, Dexter, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Dexter Mayberry. Well, first of all, good morning, and I'm Dexter Mayberry.
And
I'm the owner and the founder of Boosted Herbalit. I'm the owner and the founder of Boosted Herbalit Drink It Live, taking a holistic approach towards a better, healthier you, and we're right here in the Jackson area.
a better, healthier you. Did you hear what he said, Felicia?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about you. Introduce yourself, Felicia.
I am Felicia Cameron. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I've been doing social work for about over 18 years. I am the owner of Lending My Hand, where I provide mental health service for individuals dealing with anxiety, depression, just coping with life and stress and anxiety. So I'm happy to be here today.
And we are happy to have you. And so, listen, I'm Chef Charles, and we're cooking up some meals for you by giving you some ideas of how you can take care of yourself. Listen, let me start off. I always say it, like I always start off. Your high blood pressure is not mandatory. You don't have to have it just because mom and them did. Okay, I just want to make that real clear. It is not mandatory. Type 2 diabetes is not mandatory, and high cholesterol is not mandatory. We got to take care of ourselves, and we got to make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do mentally and physically. Am I right, Felicia?
You're definitely right.
And when I talk about mental health, I snuck on Felicia's page, and I couldn't hardly stop. She's just giving us these 3 or 4 minutes of things that we need to be doing, and I said, let me go to bed. So Felicia, tell us a little bit about. We're going to talk about an event where people can come and meet you and see you. But first of all, we want to know who you are, why you started to do what you do, and how do you feel like it's important? How has it affected you and your family? How you get to where you are?
Why I got here is many years ago
Mhm.
as a child coming from out of state to Mississippi. Like many people, sometimes we have to depend on the system.
Yeah.
And our family was one to one depend on the system. And I saw at that time, as resources, how that caseworker and social worker really helped my family out. And so throughout my life, I always wanted to be in a place that I want to help someone out.
Wow.
I thought I wanted to be a pediatrician, but I realized I can't do well in chemistry. But always throughout the time, everybody always called me a good listener. People would come to me as a young child, and I would be a good listener. And so that idea to pursue social work got into me, and I just went that pathway. And so far, it's been a truly blessing, especially to help and reach our community. And so the reason why I do is to be motivated to see our community change, get those tools to help them in life, and especially the African American women and men. So that's my motivation, just to see them gain the tools, deal with trauma, deal with anxiety, stress, and come out of it. So many times we are focused on, well, I do believe in spiritual help and prayer, but we also got to do the work. And sometimes the work is in doing therapy as well.
Yeah, we have to have the prayer line, and we need to have a line where we can reach out and ask for help, because we're all here for each other. And your path is pretty powerful. You just described it. I mean, you grew up on, wanting to help on the system, and you saw how the system can help, and you just grew up with that motivation to try and do something to help. See, now that's what I'm talking about. That's admirable, because when you see something that needs to be changed, don't talk about the change, be part of the change.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. And so, man, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear you this Saturday, and we're gonna talk about that. You're gonna get a chance to meet Felicia this Saturday and hear some more of your story. But I just gotta ask you real quick. You said you're from out of state. Where are you from?
So Gary, Indiana. But
Gary, Indiana.
I've been here in Mississippi so long, so now it's just here. This is home.
Every time I hear Gary and Nan, you know what I think about.
Jacksonville.
Yeah. I was gonna break out a song. I'm glad you said Jacksonville, because I was gonna break out a song.
Well,
I'm going back to Indiana.
I got a little story about the Gary, Indiana. My mom nicknamed me Lisa, because we used to not to live too far when we was living in Gary, Indiana, from their grandmother. So it was just
Wow.
yeah.
So you part of the Jackson 5.
Got a little mixture in there. We want to claim it a little bit.
Yeah, y'all remember that song, don't you, Marcus? I'm going back to Indiana. Woo! Oh man, I guess I'm too old. I'm speaking my age here. But we are blessed to have you in Mississippi, in particular Jackson, because of your dedication and your willingness to go above and beyond to help others. And so, Dexter, tell us why you do what you do and who you are. And then, man, I got to get you to also let us know about the event that you're going to have coming up. But tell us a little bit about you and why you do what you do and how your life has been changed. Because I know that food have made a difference in your life, and that's the reason that you started your company. But let America know who you are.
Well, again, Dexter Mayberry, the owner and founder of Boosted Herbal Drink It Live, taking a holistic approach towards a better, healthier you. And what started me on this journey is back during the COVID.
Okay.
And I was noticing that people around me was getting sick, listening to the radio, television, people dying. And I made a conscious decision. I said, it won't be me.
Whoa.
And so I started doing my own research on how to build my immune system, because I knew the health started in the immune system, in my gut. And so I started mixing onion and garlic and honey together.
Come on now.
And then I started drinking it every day, and I remained healthy throughout that. But the main thing that started me on this journey is that back during that time, I was in a unhealthy relationship. Okay, unhealthy relationship. And during that time in that relationship, when we was physical 2 times, I ran into every man's monster, erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
And from that started me into my herbal journey.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, I said, well, I'm getting healthy. I'm helping my own life. God, what do I do with all this information that I'm getting? Because I'm studying, I'm researching, took classes, became a certified herbalist, became a certified nutritionist, became a certified health practitioner. I said, okay, I've done all these studies. I got to do something. So I prayed about it, and I said, okay, I'm gonna start sharing it with my family.
Mm-hmm.
But my family is somewhat like, they was
Like family
rebellious
can do.
against it,
Like
rebellious against
family
it.
can do.
And I said, okay, Lord, what do I do? He said, this is not just for your family, because if your vision is only for my family, my
Yeah.
vision was too small.
Oh, come on now.
And so I began to connecting with other herbalists throughout the city. Johnny Suzette, I connected with her. I connected with Eric Collins, and I began to sit under these other mentors. I connected with a doctor, Pamela Barty, even though she's not in Mississippi.
Yeah.
But she's a holistic doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And she helped people, and I connected with these people while still studying. So they impacted my life in such a way. I said, I got to start doing something that's going to impact communities.
Yeah.
So I started doing conferences. Okay. And my first conference, there was only 5 people there. Nobody knew me. And my second conference.
So that didn't discourage you?
No, sir.
Only 5 folks.
No, sir.
All
no,
that
sir.
time. Yeah. But that tells you how committed you are. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
We all been there, done that,
Yeah.
right? You show
It's
up and you the only one there almost.
Yeah. In my second conference, there was about 58 people. When I looked down the row, it was 58. The other conference I had, it was 78. And so I'm looking each time that there's a conference or summit that the Lord tells me to do, to put on, I'm looking for it to increase multiplication, because of his calling, my gifting, and my discipline and consistency in it. Because that's how I see even health. You got to be consistent in whatever you're doing when it comes to bettering your health. If you're not consistent in it, don't expect a greater outcome.
You're speaking a good word there, as the preacher would say. That'll preach. Because listen, I appreciate both of you all and what you're doing in the community, because we have so many people who are not sharing because they're not there. And I like the fact that you can say you only had 4 or 5 people there, but yet you kept going. There are people who are part of the community churches and all that, and they're not hearing that they need to be consistent with their health. They're hearing about the prayer line, but yet they're having so many mental issues and they need to get help there. We gotta go get them, okay? Because because a lot of times now, and this is not anything against the church, but look, come on, we gotta eat healthy too. We can't keep making ourselves sick and then hopping in. I don't even want to say, we gotta be better, okay? We gotta be better. We gotta take some action steps. That's right. And with our mental health, guys, we are all affected by that.
Yes.
We can't play with that mental health. So Felicia, please help us. Tell us again how we can be better mentally.
Well, first of all, we got to acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it.
Because many times we know how we feeling, but we don't want to acknowledge, self-aware about what's going on with us. And then once we do acknowledge it, then what are we going to do with it?
Okay.
Just like Dexter talking about, he came up with a plan. I'm going to start off eating these ingredients and drinking it. Okay, yes, I do have a problem. Yes, there's something going on with me. Yes, I'm not the same. It's something is different. I'm going to acknowledge it, but also what I'm going to do with that. What action step? Do I need to talk to someone? Is that a therapist? Is there someone, a pastor? But who do I need to talk to deal with the mental?
Right.
Just like most people know, if they're sick, they're going to go to the doctor.
Yes.
The traditional way.
Yeah, traditional way. If my car need repair, I'm gonna go to mechanic.
Go get that baby fixed. Yeah.
What are we gonna do about our mental health?
Hmm.
Who we gonna go to?
Hmm.
And if there's a barrier, which is often is in our community, okay, where do you there are Black therapists. If
Yes.
you know, sometimes people say I prefer someone who understands me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There are many providers that looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
There
There's
are
no excuse, son.
no excuse. And so the idea, well, I don't want about someone to think I'm crazy. We're not
Yeah.
thinking you crazy. Or, you know, because there's a lot of barriers we have in our
Yes.
community of why we don't, well, I can handle this on my own.
Oh yeah.
And only thing as a therapist, we're just trying to give you the tools, help you see a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so going ahead to acknowledge, seek the help. Not only seek the help, pick up the phone and call, but actually go through it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And after you go through it, actually put your all into it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means you gotta allow yourself to be open.
Correct.
Open to direction and guidance, perspective. Try some things, try those tools, see if they work or don't work. But work on yourself and with the therapist involved.
Yes.
So are you talking about men too?
Definitely talk about me.
And you know we don't like to be telling nobody.
I am definitely talking about me. And I'm very happy because in the last year, it's seeing very increase of Black men coming in therapy.
That's
Mhm.
great.
And
That's
Black
great.
men is coming to therapy for some reason. Like, why do Black men come to therapy? Many times they don't want to repeat their past.
Yeah.
They have daddy trauma.
Mm.
You know, they want to make sure going forth in the future that they'll be a better father for themselves because they didn't
Yeah.
see that growing up. Relationship problems, want to be better communicators in their relationship.
Right.
Also dealing with work stress,
Mm.
finance stress.
A lot of stress.
So sometimes men realize that, like, I don't know what this feeling I'm in, and they really be depressed. So there are
Mhm.
different reasons why men come to therapy. And I'm glad to see now a lot of African American men stepping up now to try to seek help.
Yeah.
Great.
You know, I appreciate you so much for saying that because we had a funeral just last Saturday. We had so much stuff that's taking place with
Mhm.
suicide, and we don't deal with our problem. Our problems deal with
And
us.
that's true.
So we need to ask for help, deal with it, and just make sure that we realize that we're not alone in this.
Correct.
There's help. So ask for help when you need it, guys. That's a serious conversation there, right? And just get mad about it. Like Dexter said, when COVID came and hit, and Dexter, I appreciate you saying that because I didn't have to deal with that stuff because again, people ask me all the time, Charles, do you ever catch a cold? What would it look like me trying to run and catch a cold? I'm not gonna try and catch a cold. I try to have my immune system so high the cold can't catch me.
Hello.
And so when
Yeah.
Dexter was talking about when COVID came, he was like, he started taking out some people because it was taking out some people.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he said, no, I'm not going out like this, not me. And you start working on your immune system. Now I tell people, look, when you have a high immune system, you can't avoid the germs and all the things that's around, but you can have a high immune system where you can beat them germs up.
Yes, sir.
You got to have stuff in you that gonna fight for you, though.
Correct.
I mean, you can't expect your organs and your immune system to go out and win wars when you haven't given them the ammunition
That's
to
correct.
even fight with.
That's correct.
You're handicapping them.
That's correct.
We want to eat for enjoyment, and I love good tasting food. Now, don't get me wrong, I love good tasting food, but it just has to be good for my body. And if it's
Hello.
not good for my body, it is non-negotiable.
Hello.
So, people, I'm here telling you, I don't care what you eat. You just got to make sure that you understand that you have a lung, a liver, a kidney, a heart, and an immune system
right.
that's dependent on you. And baby,
Right.
if you don't take care of it, it can't take care of you.
That is true.
And some of the things that we're constantly eating all the time that we don't need to do. There are 4 categories that I want to just shoot out real quick, and we're going to go to Dexter. Again, first of all, you got to make sure you get some fruits every day. Now, they're high in vitamin C, and vitamin C is not stored in the body. So you
Right.
can't tell me you had some fruit last month.
Expect for it to do something
Yeah,
for
do
you
for
today.
you today. You got to get this every day,
Right.
okay? And don't tell me what fruits you like. and don't like. Because
Right.
there's so many of them out there. Find something that you do like
That's correct.
and then just start eating. Because it's helping to build the immune system. Okay, then you gotta get some vegetables. Vegetables are also contain vitamin C, but I always say you gotta get these greens into your bloodstream.
Mhm.
Okay, you need that blood need to flow.
Yes, sir.
Because if the blood don't flow, the toes got to go.
Life is in the blood.
The blood don't flow.
The
The
toes
toes.
got to go. Listen, there are a lot of people having toes amputated and they don't understand
That's true.
why. See, I like for people to understand, when you're type 2 diabetes and the blood not going out to your toes, it didn't just up and happen.
That's right.
You caused that blood not to flow.
That's correct.
Okay, your blood can't flow like molasses in the wintertime. It needs to flow like water all the time. And in order to do that, you need to give it the proper nutrients, right?
Yes, sir.
Because if you don't get the body the proper nutrients that it needs, it doesn't mean that the body don't need it. It just means that the body is deficient and trying to work while you are neglecting it.
That's right.
Let's help it. Keep that blood flowing. We got to move, right? We got to give that body the things that it needs, right? And the other thing, we got to get our beans. People have told us that. I'm not telling people what to eat, how to eat, but I'm just saying beans are the king and queens of protein.
Hello.
But we've been lied so many times, told that that we can only get proteins from meat. That's
Biggest
not true.
lie.
That's a lie. Just call it what it is, right?
Yes, sir.
And so all our legumes, our beans, and our peas, we grew up with that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Why you gonna get so sophisticated you can't eat none now? And then, and it's not expensive either, right? And then we got to get our grains.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even in the Asian countries, they used to be so thin until we went over and they, westernized them and put McDonald's over there. But, because they always but their main plate was rice, and rice is that grain. And so the rice have gotten a bad name, particularly the brown rice. It's not, it's not fattening. You want to lose the weight you gain? Eat you some grain.
Hello.
And so all the times that so those 4 categories, guys, we got to start incorporate that. Okay. I didn't tell you what to not stop eating. I was sharing something with you so you can start to eat, right?
Right.
And then I always say, make sure if you're going to take some supplement, make sure as we get older, get you some vitamin B12. But look, guys, we got to do this. Dexter, you made a decision. You got mad. Not me. I'm not going out that way. That's what I'm saying. We need to get mad about our mental health too. We need to start saying, look,
Right.
I'm not going out that way.
Right.
Let me call somebody. And we're going to give you a contact number later on because we need to make sure. And we're going to have a conference this weekend. I'm going to
Yes,
be there. You going to be there?
I'm gonna
You
be
going to
there.
be there. Dexter's going to be there. Dexter
I
had
have to
nothing.
be there.
He got to be there, right? And we're going to be telling you where it's located. So just stay tuned for that. Man, I'm excited about it. I want you to get to know these people and what happened to them behind the scene, making them do what they do.
Yes, sir.
And so they're not just putting something together saying, hey, come, we got a conference. They said, this is where I was. I got better.
Right.
And now I want to help other people get better.
Right.
That's all right with me. Because every day of my life, I'm trying to help people go to the next level. People
Yes,
die
sir.
so early in my life, and I'm just trying to help people not to be sickly and die quickly.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
it.
So Dexter, you got mad, and we want people to get mad about mental health, right?
Right.
You got mad and you said, I'm not going out this way. But you said something too that was kind of funny. And it's not funny, but it really is funny. I say it's not funny because, the family member's going to be the last one to follow you.
Hello. Yeah. That's true.
And we want to help them. But I like the word that was spoken to you. If it was just for your family, it would be too small because
Correct.
this was bigger than your family. Tell me how you were motivated by that and then you just kept going.
How I was motivated by that is really it came from my family. It came from
People
my,
you're expecting some support for. Yeah, I got
correct. And I'm not bashing my family in
Oh,
no
no,
kind of
no,
way.
no.
This is just a truth and a reality.
Mm-hmm.
When my family begins to reject what I was preaching,
Yeah.
okay, because when I started this, I was preaching this message, okay. Until one of my family members, they said, Dexter, don't preach it to us, living in front of us.
Oh, I love
My
that.
sister Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been one of my biggest supporters.
Mm-hmm.
She's been at every conference.
Mm-hmm. I met her. Yeah.
Yes, she's one of my biggest supporters out of my family. But my family was the one that really pushed me outside the tradition in the walls of family.
Mm-hmm.
And I start introducing other associates, other people to the herbs and the juices that I make.
Mm-hmm.
And when they begin to experience the energy, when they start experiencing better health, when they start experiencing things in their body begin to line up.
Mm-hmm.
And so and they became my customers, and then they told somebody else, and they told somebody else, somebody else told somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kept moving.
Yeah.
I just kept moving. Just as the Bible say, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
I start putting in the work.
There you go.
Okay, and I start putting in the work, and from the work, it led to all these conferences.
Yeah.
Just like the one that's coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, the Empowerment Black Women's Conference. It's all about helping our sisters, the brown-skinned ladies, to actually learn more about their health and take better responsibility of their health.
Yeah.
Because the ladies, the mothers in the house are actually the cornerstone.
Sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
and they're the backbone. But if the back isn't straight, everything in the house begins to fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and dealing with the mental health part, the sisters in the house, they're carrying the most stress, especially if there's not a man in the house.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're carrying all the weight, so they're taking care of the children, the bills, putting gas in the car, doing all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
and so this conference is all about empowering the sisters on how to take better care of yourself.
Yeah.
Sisters, brown skin sisters, being proactive. Don't wait till you see yourself getting sick. Don't wait till you feel a sickness. If you start prevention, because prevention is the key to keep
Speak to
keep
me about
sickness
that.
away.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
prevention is the key. You don't want to wait till you're in a war to start fighting. Go ahead and prepare yourself for the war, because it's gonna come.
You know, that's why I always say high blood pressure is not mandatory.
Correct.
You know, you can prevent it.
You can prevent
it ain't nothing to walk around. I mean, if you're on medication for high blood pressure, please continue to take your medication. But always look for ways that say, like, can I not have this? Because they're not having these conversations with them.
Okay.
They're not having, doctors are not, normally, either they don't believe in you, that you can do it, or you're going to make some changes. Because I always say there's two types of plan, Felicia. There's a S&S plan, and there's a T plan.
Okay.
And everybody wants you on the T plan.
Mm.
Because they don't think you're going to be able to handle the S&S plan. Okay? The S&S plan is you're going to have to start something new, stop something old, or stop something old, start something new. But I don't want to stop. I'm not going to change what I'm doing now. So tell me about that T plan. Yeah. What can I take?
Right.
So it's just taking it. So, and then you get one medication you're taking. Then there's two medications you're taking. Then there's three, because you haven't stopped something old and you hadn't started anything new. You're going to keep taking something for the rest of your life. And I have no problem. If you got blood pressure, you take it. But I want to know, listen, do I have to have this? Can I get rid of this? It's type 2 diabetes, because back in the day, we thought we just had to have it. But now I've seen food reverse it. So if I don't have to have it, heck, I don't want it.
And that's true.
What can I do to get rid of it? It's going to be hard, y'all. It's hard being with it. You know, getting up every morning, taking something, having to deal with the side effects. And again, do what you need to do. But you got to choose your heart.
That's right.
It's hard being sick.
Yes.
And it's hard being healthy.
Yes.
But it's worth being healthy because you're not going to have all those side effects. So you just got to choose your heart. Yeah, it's hard to change some old habits. Are you kidding me? And one of the old habits, Felicia, that in our community is hard to die, girl. You know, we don't like telling people our business. We were told what goes on in the house, stay in the house. We live with trauma all our life. We got childhood trauma, teenage trauma, young adult trauma. So we're bringing the trauma because We don't want to lay on. We just think, well, I don't lay on nobody's couch and tell him, boy, you strong. You don't need to. Is that a myth? We need to.
That is a myth. I do want to go back to what you were talking about taking medicine.
Uh-huh.
Because too, sometimes people think that I can just take this pill and it's gonna make the anxiety go away.
Yeah.
It's gonna make the depression go away. It might help to an extent, but eventually you got to deal with that.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
covering the problem. You're not
So,
getting rid of it.
you know, even though I do not push medicine,
Mhm.
but I do know sometimes people need medicine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do want to say, you got to still work on that. You still got to go through that, work through that path, get those tools, because the medicine only goes so far. And so sometimes people just think that, I can take this medicine, it's going to help with my depression and anxiety. But if the doctor puts you on medicine, you also need therapy with it.
So Felicia, you're saying, like I was saying, high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You can be on if you listen. High blood pressure is so dangerous. So if you have, you need to take the medication. But I was saying, you still need to work on how to get rid of it, right? So you're saying anxiety is the same way.
You still got to work on what was that trigger
What
that started.
triggered that?
Okay, because I can take this medicine, it's gonna help me for this
The
moment.
T plan.
The T plan. But I still got to do the S.
And the S plan.
The S and S plan. Start something new. Start something new might be, I might need to go sit in someoone therapy office.
Yeah.
Or if you're not comfortable, many times that's virtual. Sitting on comfort in your own home. And let's start therapy.
Yes.
Let's start open up. Let's start digging deep of why you have those triggers.
Yes.
Why you anxious. You know, what was the trauma? Why you are depressed? Why you feeling sad or down at the, let's start talking about it. Let's start getting to the root of it. Let's get you the tools so when that trigger comes, you know how to better handle it.
Yeah. It's like it's almost always a reason. There's a reason why we have blood pressure, high type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol. It don't just jump through our skin. There's a reason that we have it. And there's a reason that we have some mental issues. We hadn't dealt with those things. It could be way back from the childhood. And we've been covering it up for years. Huh?
Yeah, many times we just put it up on the rug.
Yeah.
And that rug, that stack is getting high.
High.
But we got to deal with it. And so what it is, things that people encounter generation or past, or just things current right now. So it is a myth that, okay, I'm just going to sit here and how I'm going to deal with my depression and anxiety. There's a lot of myths that people associated with the therapy. But therapy is helping you. And if you find a good therapist that's going to work with you, just like if whatever plan you go on, the T plan, the S plan, you got to get connected with a person that's going to help you and help pull from what those things that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And it's very beneficial. I have seen many people's lives has changed going into practice working for myself. Because as I work for myself, when you're working for an agency, you have a certain protocol. I guess that's the T plan. Because you got to follow how they want to do it.
Yeah.
But when you're working for yourself, you're able to dig a little bit more. And if people use a tool, if they want to use faith, then we pull that tool. But there's a different things to actually see people, men, for example, who had a fear of want to get married, but all through their life, they have seen relationship and just people in their family just having, it's just infidelity and just all kinds of.
It just never work out. So
never
why would
work
I
out.
get into something that doesn't work out? Yeah,
But just to see one of my clients came through who actually overcome that fear and was actually able to propose to someone. They'll come to fear of dealing with cats, or fear of dealing with crossing bridges, or just I'm so depressed, or how I can continue to go on. To now I got the tools that for guarding strong women and being empowered and in support. That okay, now I need to figure out, even though I am that woman that you said, the backbone who carry everything, how do I find ways that I can be in strength, that I can be empowered? Even though I am that only one person. And sometimes they are the only one person, not because just husband or dad is not in the house. Sometimes he's in the house and they still the one person. So how do I navigate that? Or they are married together and there's still communication. So how do we empower her to communicate and him to communicate with each other to make even stronger relationships? So it's very important.
Wow.
You said something to me just just at the end of what you were saying, communication. And sometimes we don't know our body's language because our body is always communicating with us.
Oh yes, heck yeah.
I mean, many people, okay, I got a headache,
Uh-huh.
but yet they
Yes.
never, but they never seek what am I not doing versus to what I'm doing that caused the headache.
Yeah. Why do I have a headache?
Right. There's always a core to whatever there is. There's
Mhm.
always a root cause to it.
Yeah.
Just as you were saying about the mental health part, and people don't understand the stress and the anxiety because I deal with anxiety from time to time.
Mhm.
Okay, I deal with depression from time to time.
Mhm.
But what I've learned to do, I learned to sit still, settle myself down, and focus.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's how I deal with mine because years ago, I myself I went through therapy.
Mhm.
Okay, I went through therapy. Well, again, that was several years ago because because of my depression, my anxiety, and because I had the fear of rejection.
Mhm.
So and then it brought in anger.
Mhm.
So I went through therapy for about a year and 9 months, but yet it helped me
Yeah.
because it allowed me to get to the root issue
Mhm.
of what was going on. I had to go all the way back to when I was 10 years old.
Mhm.
I had
Yeah.
to go all the way back there, and then incorporating those practices. What I learned from them, I put those things into practice today in what I do about taking a holistic approach.
So they made a difference in your life for the rest of your life.
Yes,
And that's what we're all about, right?
Right.
yes,
Listen, we fine them, but we want to do better with others. We want to help others go to that
Right.
next level. I got this done, and thank you for sharing that as a man going to therapy. That's like what we were talking about, Felicia. Well, you're listening to WMPR 90.1, and I have Felicia Cameron and Dexter Mayberry with me today. I'm your chef, Charles Smith, and we all going to be at this conference that we're going to tell you about on the other side of the hour. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely wonderful. But right now, we want to take a quick break right here on WMPR 90.1, number one station in the nation that's
Yes.
providing you with healthy, helpful information. And you're listening to My Help My Mississippi, number one show on the radio. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
The future in great health today. Every day responsible self. Where the fires, the fires with the future in great health today. Every day responsible self. Where the fires with the future in great health today. Every day responsible self.
Yes, we are the fighters. Welcome back to WMPR 90.1. Listen, where we are bringing you some valuable, helpful information to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life, because we have to fight for our health mentally and physically.
yes.
That's why we call ourselves the fighters. The future in great health today, every day, responsible self. Hey guys, we're responsible. I want you to know this, okay? Look, nobody's coming to rescue you.
Hello.
You are responsible. These are things that we got to do for ourselves.
Right.
Dexter just told us he had to go to therapy, and now the therapy has made a difference in his life for the rest of his life. We have a therapist over here that's helping men get married that didn't want to be married. Come on, preach, girl. Anyway, so this part of the show, guys, is called Who Am I? Then we're going to jump right back in and talk to these amazing people. And I want to give you some information about, the conference that we're going to be on. But this part of the show is called Who Am I? This is where I describe a fruit, a vegetable, grain, or legume, and you tell me who I am. Listen, food is medicine,
Yes.
and we want you to know that there's certain medicine that can really take care of you. So first of all, I heal inflammation, the root cause of it. I can take care of it. I am rich in beta carotene, vitamin C. Listen, less information lowers the risk of heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and high blood pressure. And I help remove that information. Come on, y'all. Don't need me. I'm a vegetable. I relax your blood vessel. I help the body release excess sodium. Wow. I support healthy circulation. You know, I said if the blood don't flow,
Mhm.
the toes can go. I help that blood circulate. Okay, listen. I feed gut bacteria that's beneficiary for the gut. You know, that's your second brain. You know,
That's right.
we got to take care of that. I improve your stool. You need me. I help the body detox waste efficiently. Wow. Wow. A healthy gut, strong immunity, better mood, and better nutrient absorption. Man, I can be yellow, I can be brown, I can be long. Okay, who am I? I prevent crashes, I reduce craving, I support uh, healing. Food that prevent disease is called medicine. We're talking about this prevention here, okay? I help the white blood cells. I help the skin. Look at this skin we got here. We've been eating some of this. Listen, guys, this is what I want you to know about me. I grow in a garden. I can be long or round, big or small. I'm not on a tree. I can be yellow, green, or orange. Hey, look at old Marcus over there. I got one on me, man. First go round. Good job. Oh, let me look at my chat here. Oh, not sweet potatoes. But that was a good one. I can be baked, roasted, or put in soup. Oh, yeah, she got it online. Somebody, Rose got it online. I am, let's say this together, squash. Yes, I am. Listen, guys, the power of food can affect your mood.
Yes, it
The
can.
power of the plate can help a body feel great.
Mhm.
We got to do some prevention
Yes.
rather than always want to treat what we have caught. Now, I'm not mad at you. You got high blood pressure, please go get it treated.
Correct.
Because you can have a heart attack. Stroke. You got type 2 diabetes, please go get it treated.
Right.
Okay? But can we not have to be excited about living with it? We get excited. Oh, I got it. Yeah, mama and them had it. I got it. I don't want to hear. I'm a living witness, okay? Our mama and them had it.
All right.
Brothers, sisters and them had it.
Mhm.
I don't.
Hello.
I got mad. I raised my hand and said, hey, I'm getting out of line. This looked like a cycle to me.
Yeah.
I eat food. I go to the doctor. I take medicine. I keep eating the food and I keep getting sick.
Mhm.
So I said, hey, I want to get out of this line. I don't want this no more.
Right.
And that's what we are trying to do with our peoples here. So what we have, Marcus, to help us to do this, we have different conferences in the community, and you have been great at it. So we have January 17th. I'm gonna let y'all talk about January 17th, 2026, which is this Saturday, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
We're empowering the Black Women's Conference at New Jerusalem Church North in the gymnasium at 5707 Old Canton Road, Jackson, Mississippi, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And there's going to be some dynamic speakers there. But I want you to know that our therapist going to be there.
Yes.
Felicia's going to be there.
Right.
Are you excited about sharing?
I am excited about sharing. Going to be talking about how strong women need support. As we talk about empowering the women, one of my segments is going to be strong women need support. So going to be talk about the weights that women carry and not only identifying those weights, but how can we release the weight?
Yes.
How can we be honest with ourselves? And how can we find ways to be support and find that community to help us be support? So I'm just looking forward to sharing the tips, encouraging
Wow.
people, and being open, being anyone have any questions about therapy. And so looking forward to, I'm happy what Dexter is hosting. And so looking forward to also all the other topics that we have available.
Yes.
You know, now that I've gotten to know you on the show this morning, so we're so grateful, WPR 90.1, where we can come together and share our story with a community that need help. I'm looking forward to being there myself, just to hear you. I got to make sure I hear that too. I'll be there as well. Dexter has always been gracious enough whenever he had an event. For some reason, he'll invite me to come. So, so Dexter, I appreciate it because I love making a
Thank you.
difference in people's lives for the rest of their life. It's my calling in life is
Yes.
to help people to understand that, guys, you don't have to be sick. You know, come on, and it's a fight.
Yes, it
But
is.
it's our fight is your health is worth fighting for.
Yes.
That's why I wrote this song. We're the fighters, and we're fighting for our health. You got to get up every day and fight because they want you to buy this, you know, and this and put this in your body and that in your body. Dexter, why are you having this conference? You've had men conference now. I've been there. I've spoken at some of the men conference.
Right.
Now, what made you want to have a bunch of women?
Oh wow. Okay. Well, one, I grew up in the middle of five girls.
Okay.
Okay, and looking at my sisters and what they're fighting, what they're battling with, and then also with having all of these men's conference, I had some of the females that came to the conferences because I always invited, you know, the other sex. If I'm having a men's conference, I invite the women.
So the men's are invited to come here
Men are
because
invited.
I'm gonna be there.
Please, brothers, please, because there's a scripture in the Bible, especially if you're a married man or you looking to get married. We have to grow with an understanding of them.
Yes.
You know, about them, because if we don't understand them and what they go through throughout their season, because a 10-year-old don't struggle with the same thing as a 17-year-old.
Right.
A 25-year-old don't struggle with the same thing that a 40-year-old. A 40-year-old don't struggle the same in the same place as a 60-year-old. Women have their not just cycles, but their seasons of different things going on within their own body, within their own mind, as well as men. And so this conference is based on learning, understanding the female.
Right.
Okay, understanding the female, and also the women understanding that Black women face the highest risk of diabetes. Okay, the highest risk of cancer, aggressive cancer, and heart diseases. But yet, if you don't realize what you're up against, and you don't know what you're up against, how would you know what to fight against?
Yeah.
You have to realize and understand what is opposing me. And the panel that I have, these women that are going to be on the panel, they are women that have had their own physical challenges,
Sure.
their own health challenges. And so and these women, they're going to come out and they're going to share their story, but yet they're also going to give us life experience tips on how they overcame their own challenges.
That's what I like about the conference, Dexter, that you have, you know, when we share our own stories.
Yes.
And we can relate to those stories. I know the main speaker there, I've heard some of them stories, and that's why I wanted, I'm so glad Felicia's sitting over here. We can hear her story, and you can get a little bit, you know, you get a lot more when you come to the conference, and then you can connect with her. We're going to tell you how to do that later, too. She's doing some amazing things.
Yes.
But just to have people to relate
Yes.
to the, you know, because we're in this together.
Yes.
Just like I said earlier, you're fine. You know how to seek help when you need it, but you want to help others.
Right.
You're fine. You were mad that you saw folks being taken out of that COVID. You said, heck, I got to get this immune stuff. Man, I love what you said. When you start mixing that garlic and stuff up, because I do that all the time.
Okay.
You know? See, people don't understand how powerful that is. You know?
Right.
When you start mixing up stuff like that, man, that immune system, every day, onions and garlics and stuff like that, it's going into my system. Why?
Yes.
Because I know what it's doing for my system.
Yes.
And my system deserves the very best. If you want to be healthy and stay around, eat from the ground.
Yes, sir.
We got to make that happen. Okay. So Dexter, I want to know about the lineup that's going to
Okay.
be there. And then I'm going to get Felicia to talk to us some more. But the key is when we put on a show like this, and again, I'll be there. I'll have some samples of, some things there. But when we are going out to these events, and we may know the people, we may not, but they have a reason that they want to be there, just like we're sitting here together.
Mhm.
There's a reason that we do what we do,
Yes,
Right.
right.
but there's a reason that they're doing what they're doing too.
Okay.
And we want our peoples to come out and support us. So Dexter, I want to tell us who's going to be there, and then how we can get involved and come out and support ourselves. Because I mean, we're not supporting you. You're doing this for us, man. You just fine. I mean,
You're right.
but this is for us. Am I right?
And yes, sir. And you made a very violent point there that this is not about Dexter.
Right.
Okay. This is not about me. This is all about you, the people,
Uh-huh.
the community. This is all about you. Okay, and learning and getting tips on how to better your health.
Right.
As you said earlier, that we are responsible for our health,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people, they won't change, but they don't want to change.
Yeah.
And so in my lineup for that for Saturday is I had to change the lineup a little bit. But yet my MC for the program, she's one of my niece, Miss Rhonda Mary. She's a young lady. She's innovative. She's actually an advocate,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for safety.
Okay.
Okay, and even growing up, I'll always call her the intelligent niece.
Mm-hmm.
I will always call her that because I saw her. I saw her as at a young age on how intelligent she was and how not outspoken, but yet she wasn't afraid to use her voice.
Right. Okay.
She wasn't afraid to use her voice. So my MC is my niece. She's very innovative. She's a public speaker. And then my first speaker is Miss Latasha Lamonte, and she's a plant-based person.
Okay, good. So we're gonna
yes, yeah.
Good.
And she's gonna talk about nutrition. She's gonna give her own testimony on how and the why she had to change her life.
So that's going to be good. Okay,
Yes.
good.
And then after her, I'm gonna have Miss Johnny Suzette.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Miss
know
Johnny
her.
Suzette. She's an herbalist,
Herbalist.
and she also has Zumba classes, kickboxing classes. And people don't understand when they see her, because she's look healthy. They don't understand her journey, that she almost died from lupus.
Sure.
And so
She's a fighter. She's fighting for her
Right.
health.
right,
And now she want to help other people fight.
Yeah. And so she had to make a life-changing, health-conscious decision to actually find out what's going to be beneficial for her.
Now, and that's the way, that's the reason we have conferences, because these people are usually the ones who've gone through things and they want to do things. Who else do we have?
Right. And after her, we have the awesome, fantastic therapist.
Mhm. Oh, yes. Give it
Thank
up for the
you.
therapist here. Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Miss Felicia Cameron. And I met Miss Felicia when we was going through business classes.
Mhm.
Okay. Learning how to establish a business, grow a business.
Right.
Okay.
This is where I met her at. And we never lost the connection, because I knew somewhere in the future, okay, we was going to need each other. And so, I held on to that.
Good deal.
Okay. And then from her, we're going to have, let me see, a doctor, Miss Christina Axon, because two of my speakers, they had to drop out due to other things
Sure.
going on.
Mhm.
So from there, I have a doctor's coming along, and I met this young lady. She's a young lady. She's talented. She's very intelligent. She's smart. She's educated, and she deal with the 8 dimension of wellness.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and so that's her focus. She's gonna hit your bullets. She's gonna give you information on how to focus on the total you.
It's good. Who else we got? So
Okay,
I'm gonna
and-
get them all in before
Yes.
time in.
Okay, I apologize.
No
and
problem.
then my keynote speaker, Miss Dr. LaFleur Young.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, now this lady here, she has
Powerful
a
story.
powerful testimony, because many people think because you're in the medical field that you can't get sick. This woman is a certified doctor who almost died
Oh,
in
I
the
know.
hospital.
Yes.
Okay, and she had to make a health conscious decision to save her life.
Yeah.
And now she's helping to save other people's lives. And she talk about the reset for Relentless.
Mhm.
And you have to learn to stop long enough to listen to your body and reset your body and be relentless about doing something about it.
So that's a great lineup. Now tell people how they can. I know we got a couple of days left. How they can get tickets and be there, and where we're gonna be located again, Dexter.
Okay, the location will be at New Jerusalem Church. That's the North Campus, and that's at 5708 Old Canton Road, and it's going to be in the gymnasium area. And we're going to start at 11 o'clock, and we're going to go to 3, hopefully no longer than 4 o'clock, because we don't want to take people's total weekend away.
Right.
And you can get tickets at the door, which will cost $10 at the door. And then you can go to Eventbrite at Empowering Black Women's Conference, and you can get your tickets there. And then also, I'll make sure I want to put this in there. We're gonna have a host of vendors there, and we'll also have health screening there.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Free health screening.
That is awesome. And give them a number where they can reach out for you if they need to.
Okay, my personal number is 601-317-5211. I'm gonna repeat that again. If you want to reach out to me, you want to know more about the event, you can contact me at 601. I apologize, 601-317-5211.
Thank you, Dexter. So Felicia, I know I want people to be able to reach out to you. I know they're going to be there and listening to you, but I want you've helped a lot of people, but I love the reasoning behind you helping people. Like I love what Dexter is doing. That's why I'm always making myself available when he has a conference and invite me, because I'm always because I support his
Right.
movement. But how can people, because I've heard you on the radio, WMPR, we all over the nation, all over the world,
Right.
and I want to get in touch with you. Can I come see you? Can I do virtual? Tell me, how can we reach you if we want you to be our therapist and help us?
So my number is, my business is called Lending My Hand. You can find me on social media as Lending My Hand. Phone number is 601-317-5997. I do in person as well as virtual. And I do take many insurance. And if a person doesn't have insurance, I do offer a discount rate for them as well.
Okay, so tell me that name again, the company.
Lending My Hand.
Lending My Hand. You are doing an amazing job. I love that. Lending My Hand. Well, listen, guys, this is so incredible. This is what we call a community champion event, because it is absolutely all about you. We want to get you physically fit. Gonna have folks show you how to move. Because we're gonna have folks showing you how to eat. We're gonna have folks telling you about how to get this thing ready mentally. Because we're having an overhaul. You go and get your car cared for. We want you to be able to care for your bodies.
Yes.
Guys, look, stop putting more value in a darn vehicle than you're doing in your car, than you're doing in your body. Okay?
Right.
You can put a price on that vehicle, but you
Right.
can't put a price on this body. We need to be careful. I say this all the time. Our mouth is the door to the house where our liver and our lungs and our kidneys live.
Yeah.
We need to stop opening the door, allowing any and everything to come into our brain and our mind and affect how we act and how we feel.
Right.
We got to control that, right?
Right.
So we'll have an overhaul, and you can get your tune up on the body, mentally, physically.
Yes.
And I appreciate these guys for being a part of My Help My Mississippi #1 show on the radio. Ain't no doubt about it. When you listening to us every Thursday morning, hey guys, thank you for being a part of My Help My Mississippi. Listen, we're going to see you Saturday, but we're also going to see you right back here Thursday morning, My Help, My Mississippi, #1 show on the radio.
Yes,
WMPR 90.1. Marcus, can I get that theme song, man? Oh, yeah. Let's dance to the music. Here we go. Pum, pum, pum. That's it. Oh, we jamming now. The future in great health. You can't listen to that and not move. Hey, we're the fighters, we're fighting for our health. The future in great health.
Opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and do